Good morning, students. We are going to start again chapter number 3, Physiography and Drainage. We have completed till India. Now we are going to start with Brazil. You can see this is Brazil's physical map. Okay, so we are going to study about Brazil today. The physiography of Brazil is divided into the highlands, the great escarpments, the coastal region, the plains and the island groups. There are no high and long extending mountains in Brazil. The highest range of altitude is 500 meters to 1000 meters in Brazil. There is no white plains in Brazil. Even there is no hot desert areas lies in Brazil. The Great Escarpment is located in the northeast part of Brazil. This Great Escarpment demarcates the eastern side of the Brazilian highlands. Even a cursory look at the map will make you realize that a large part of Brazil is occupied by highlands, plateaus and small mountains. There are no very high and long extending mountains in the country. Except for the northern Amazon basin and in southwest along the upper part of Paraguay basin. There are no wide plains in the country. Even the coastal plains are restricted in their expanse. The physiography division of Brazil's are as follows. Number 1 is the highlands. Number 2 is the Great Escarpment. Number 3 is the coastal region. Number 4 is the plains. And number 5 is the island groups. So we are going to study now the highlands. One by one we will study this. The highlands. The southern Brazil is occupied by an extensive plateau. It is differently described as Brazilian highlands or Brazilian shield or Brazilian plateau. Brazilian and Guyana highlands together form the core of South American continent. The main part of the Guyana highlands is in Venezuela and it extends up to French Guiana. In Brazil, it covers the states of Roraima, Pará and Amapá in the north. The lower part of these highlands is found in Brazil. But the highest peak of Brazil, Pico de Neblina, is 3014 meters high and lies on the border between Brazil and Venezuela. The regions to the east and south of the Brazilian highlands have an altitude of more than 1000 meters, but in other parts the altitude is between 500 to 1000 meters. The highlands gradually slope towards north and slopes are not very steep. The tributaries of Amazon flowing through this region make rapids and waterfall. Towards the north, the slopes are steep but not abrupt. A number of rivers take off from the terminal portion of the highlands and flow northwards to meet Atlantic Ocean. Some major rivers like Uruguay, Paraguay and Parana originate from the southern slopes of highlands and enter Argentina. Its slopes towards the east is steep and it appears in the form of an escarpment. Now we are going to study about the Great Escarpment. Now, what is the meaning of escarpments? Okay. along or steep slope, especially one at the edge of a plateau or separating areas of land at different height is called escarpment. Though it occupies a very small area, the nature of its slope and the effect it has on the climate makes it a separate physiographic region. The eastern side of the highlands is demarcated because of the escarpment. In this region, the altitude of the escarpment is 790 meters. In some regions, the height decreases gradually. The escarpment is very steep, particularly from Sao Paulo to Porto Alegre. The escarpment acts as a barrier to the southeast trade winds, giving rise to the rain shadow areas in the northeastern part of the highlands. The region to the north of this area is called drought quadrilateral. We will study about the coast. Brazil has a coastline of about 7,400 kilometers. One may divide that into two parts, namely northern and eastern coast. The northern coast extends from Amapá province in the north to Rio de Grande, Norte in the east. This can be called as the North Atlantic coast. From there, the eastern coast extends towards the south, including the Amazon. Therefore, this region is a low-lying region. On this coast lie the Marajo Island, Marajo and Sao Marcos Bays. Marajo is the large coastal island located between the mouths of river Amazon and river Tocantins. The eastern coast receives large number of smaller rivers. The only major river which meets the Atlantic Ocean here is São Francisco. The Brazilian coast is characterized by large number of beaches and sand dunes complexes. The Brazilian coast is protected in some areas by coral reefs and atoll islands. Now children, we will study about the plains. You can see here. The plains in Brazil are confined to two areas, namely the Amazon basin in the north and Paraná source region in the southwest. Amazon plains lying between the two highlands from the largest plain land of Brazil. Amazon plains lying in the northern part of Brazil generally slope eastwards. The Amazon basin is quite wide in the west, about 13 kilometers, and it's narrow eastward. Its width is minimum where the Guiana highlands and the Brazilian highlands come closer, that is 240 kilometers. As the river approaches the Atlantic Ocean, the width of the plains increases. These are mostly forested areas and largely inaccessible due to frequent flooding and dense undergrowth. Most of the Amazon plains are covered by tropical rainforest. The other plains in the Brazil are located to the southwestern part of the highlands. They form the source region of Paraguay and Paraná rivers. The source region of Paraguay slopes towards the south while the source region of Paraná slopes towards the southwest. Pantanal is one of the largest wetlands in the world. It lies towards the southwest part of the highlands area. It is a region of swamps and marshes in northwestern Mato Grosso do Sul in Brazil, and it extends into Argentina too. Now children, we have studied about the Great Escarpment, and number 2 was the coast, number 3 the plains we have studied, and now number 4 is the islands. Beside the mainlands, some islands are also included in Brazil. They can be classified into coastal islands and marine islands. Most of the coastal islands have formed due to deposition. Marine islands were a part of the mainland. They are more than 300 kilometers away from the mainland in the Atlantic Ocean. These islands are mostly rocky and they are the top of the submerged mountains. The islands near the coast of the South Atlantic Ocean are coral islands and they are called atolls. Children, now we have studied about the physiography divisions of Brazil. Okay, so physiography division of Brazil are number 1 highlands. So we have studied about highlands, the Great Escarpment, the coastal regions, the plains and the island groups. So we have studied these all things. Now we are going to start with geographical explanation. Here you can see. Okay. So drainage of Brazil. As far as the drainage in Brazil is concerned, there are 3 major river basins. So number 1 Amazon basin, number 2 Paraguay, Parana system in the southwest, number 3 São Francisco in the eastern part of the highlands and other rivers at the coast. Okay, now first we will study about the Amazon basin. Now we will study about Amazon basin. Okay, so Amazon river do not originate in Brazil. It originates from the eastern slopes of Andes mountains in Peru. Negro, Japura, Purus, Jingu and etc. are the main tributaries of Amazon river. Amazon river basin forms the largest plains in Brazil. It is located in the northern part of Brazil. Amazon river has a huge discharge of nearly 2 lakhs meter cube as due to huge discharge, the sediments brought by Amazon river are not deposited at its mouth. Generally, a network of distributaries is seen at the mouth of river, but due to lack of the deposition of sediments, a dense network of distributaries are not seen at the mouth of Amazon river. A series of islands are developed along the mouth of Amazon river. These islands are located beyond the coastline into the Atlantic Ocean. The width of the mouth of Amazon river is nearly 150 kilometers. The width of the mouth of the Amazon river increases as it approaches the North Atlantic Ocean. Most of the course of Amazon river as well as its mouth is used for navigation. Now we will study about Paraguay-Parana system. These 2 rivers are located in the southwestern part of Brazil. Both are rivers from the catchment of river Plata in Argentina. These 2 rivers and river Uruguay in extreme south of the highlands collect their headwaters from the southern portion of the highlands. Now, São Francisco. It is the 3rd important river of Brazil. The entire basin of the river is within Brazil. It occupies the eastern portion of the highlands. The river flows towards the north for a distance of about 1000 kilometers over the plateau and then takes a sharp eastward turn to enter the coastal strip along the Atlantic Ocean. The river is navigable for a distance of about 250 kilometers in its downstream reaches. Now we will study about coastal rivers of Brazil. Many rivers flow in the coastal area of Brazil. These rivers are of short length. The coastal areas of Brazil is densely populated. Therefore, the coastal rivers of Brazil are of great significance. The coastal river like river Paranaíba and river Itapecuru flows to the north and meet the North Atlantic Ocean. Some other rivers entering South Atlantic Oceans collect their headwaters along the Great Escarpment. River Paraguaco flows to the east and enters the Atlantic Ocean near Salvador town. Study about drainage system of India. Rivers in India are largely classified according to their source region into Himalayan and peninsular rivers. Himalayan drainage. Most of the major rivers in the Himalayas originate from various glaciers. In summer, when glaciers melt, the discharge of water increases in summer. They flood during monsoon too. They are perennial rivers. The drainage cover two major rivers systems such as Sindhu river system and Ganga river system. Sindhu river system and its tributaries Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi and Satluj drain the western Himalayas. That is, they flow through the state of Jammu and Kashmir. They flow almost parallel to each other. A major tributaries of river Sindhu, the Satluj, originates near Mansarovar and flows westward. Punjab plains have formed from the depositional work of this river and its tributaries. Sindhu flows through Pakistan and then meets the Arabian Sea. The river Ganga originates from the Gangotri glaciers and crosses the Himalayas to become an east-flowing river. Many tributaries of the Ganga also flow in a similar manner. Yamuna, originating at Yamunotri, is a major tributary of Ganga. Another major tributary of the Ganga flows through the northern part of the Greater Himalayas, crosses the Himalayas to enter India. When it flows through the Himalayas, it is called Sangpo. When it crosses the Himalayas, it is called Dihang, and its easternward flows thereafter is called as Brahmaputra. From time to time, Ganga meets its tributaries, hence its discharge increases. Ganga receives Brahmaputra as its tributary. In its lower reaches in Bangladesh, the huge volume of water and huge deposition and led to the formation of a large delta. Besides these Himalayan rivers, Ganga receives a number of tributaries from peninsula like Chambal, Ken, Betava, Shan, Damodar and etc. Now we will start with peninsular rivers. The peninsular river system can further be divided into east flowing meeting the Bay of Bengal and west flowing meeting the Arabian Sea. The Western Ghats form a major water divide in the peninsula. The peninsular river, being rain-fed rivers, seldom face and the problems of floods. They are seasonal in nature. The west flowing rivers occupying the areas between the Western Ghats and the Arabian coastline are short in length but swift. This condition of short and swift river system exists in the states of Kerala, Karnataka, Maharashtra and southern Gujarat. Do you know, children, the coastal rivers in Kerala have long extending backwater near their mouths. These water bodies are locally known as kayals. Now further northwards, one comes across the river system flowing into the Gulf of Kambhat. These river systems are Tapi, Narmada, Mahi and Sabarmati. Tapi and Narmada flow slowly through rift valleys. Mahi river flows from northeast to southwest direction, whereas river Sabarmati collecting its headwaters from the southern slopes of Aravalli ranges, flows in somewhat north-south direction. Another noteworthy river flowing the catchments of Arabian Sea is river Luni. It originates along the western slopes of Aravalli ranges and flows in somewhat northwest to northeast direction and flows into Gulf of Kutch. River meeting the Bay of Bengal. Most of the areas of the peninsula is drained by the rivers flowing towards Bay of Bengal. The important river system of these groups are Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, Mahanadi basin occupies the northeastern part of peninsula. Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri originates in eastern slopes of the Western Ghats. River Godavari is the second largest river system of India in terms of catchment area. To the south of Godavari is located the basin of river Krishna. Its major tributaries are Bhima and Tugbandra. River Kaveri basin flows through the states of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. It is one of the major rivers of peninsula. It is a river that has been harnessed for irrigation since a long time. Do you know, children, the Chola king constructed a dam on the river Kaveri in the 2nd century AD near Tiruchirappalli and started irrigation in this deltic region. Till today, the dams and its canals are operational. Now children, we have completed this chapter. So in next lecture, I will give you question answers.